Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. First of all, sorry guys for the delay. A very good afternoon, everyone. So let's begin with our webinar today. COVID has been a tragic event on Earth. While it taught us the value of life, people, and relationships, it has also taught us to evolve in the digital world, among which social media is the major factor of all. Businesses have also adapted to the changing environment and are constantly engaging over digital platforms. And to share an in-depth knowledge on how social media marketing is playing a role in the business field, we have our honorable speaker among us, Mr. Daksh Sethi. On behalf of Marketers, the Marketing Society of Gyms Kalkaji, I wholeheartedly welcome you to the webinar, sir. How are you doing?
All right. A very good afternoon, Ms. Justine. Thank you for that sweet introduction. I am doing great. How are you?
We are good too, sir.
All right.
Sir,
great.
I'm extremely sorry for the delay.
No worries, no worries, no worries, no worries.
So, Mr. Sethi is a BCom graduate from Delhi University and also a master's holder in finance from Amity University. He is a renowned TEDx and JOS speaker, the founder and CEO of Kubi Rogers, and he has also been a corporate and soft skills trainer, along with being an educational consultant. So many talents in a single guy, astonishing. We are so delighted to have you on board, sir, and I'm sure we're going to have an insightful afternoon with you today.
I hope so too. Thank you so much for the introduction once again. Looking forward to this.
Yes, sir, sure.
Was that my cue? Am I supposed to start now? Is that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
All right, all right. Clearly, you're not prepared for this. Perfect. All right. A very good afternoon, everybody. I just see a few names. I don't see faces at all. We are over 200 people over here right now. Can I have 200 cameras on quickly? Really, really quickly. Let's have a better look.
Come on, guys. We would love to look at your lovely faces.
Even if it's not lovely, because everybody is lovely, don't worry. Even if you're in your pajamas right now, sitting at home or in college, wherever you are, I think your camera needs to be on. It's important to have a look at each other and understand exactly what we are here for. So I will not be starting till the time 202, 204 now. Can I have 200 cameras on really quickly? Everybody. I just hope everybody is allowed to turn the cameras on. Yeah, you are allowed to turn your cameras on. Can I have all the cameras on quickly? Really, really quickly. Really, really quickly. 207 now. Quickly, 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 quickly. Cameras, cameras, cameras. I just see Mr. Yash Raj. Can I have all the cameras on really quickly? 208, 210 now. That's a very good number. But I still don't see any cameras on. I just hope everybody has been allowed to turn their cameras on. As far as my settings are concerned, everybody is allowed to start the cameras. All the people are still joining in because we are now over 100, 210, 218, 20, almost 20 now. Can I have all the cameras on? I hope I'm audible. Am I audible, Ms. Justine?
Yes, sir, you're absolutely audible.
All right.
Yes,
then
sir.
why is it that everybody is not responding to what I'm saying? At least the entire team of the Marketing Society can turn the cameras on. I think that goes without saying. Should be there by default. I need all the cameras. This is not your ordinary class lecture because I'm aware of the fact
Yes,
that
guys,
you do not
it's
turn your
going to
cameras.
be an engaging, interesting
You
webinar,
do
guys.
not.
Come on.
Yeah, I know you do not turn your cameras on there, but this is not your class. This is not your ordinary lecture, and hence I need all the cameras on really quickly. I will not be starting till then. 224 people now. Good. So people are joining in, but I need cameras. I just fail to understand why is it that people are not turning their cameras on.
So because most of the students are like currently traveling right now, so it's gonna be a problem right now.
Why are you traveling right now?
So I have the class around 1 p.m. So I have to reach by 1. So I am currently in my metro to reach the college.
So that all right. I think I guess you're talking for yourself in that case, but then we are on 125 people now. So I'm pretty sure it's not the same case for 225 people. Where is Chirag? Chirag, let's have a look at you first.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Chirag. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Oh, good. Why is it that even your cameras off? Let's have a look at everybody, right? 225
Sir,
people.
I was just middle of the logistics. Just give me a minute and I'll turn my camera on.
Sure, please. And the entire team, if you could just request the entire team as well, because
Sure, sir.
this is certainly not your class, and this is certainly not a podcast, because it's far easy for me to turn my camera off just like this, and for you to listen to a voice. And this is going to turn into a podcast. And I don't want this to be a podcast. I hate podcasts. Can I have all the cameras on really quickly, irrespective of where you are and what you're doing? Let's have a look at each other, because if you're here for attendance, please leave. If you're here to genuinely understand what social media has in store for you, and why digital marketing and social media is the future, and why you should be learning about this, stay in and turn your cameras on. Otherwise, there's absolutely no point. We would have had this session offline otherwise, which could have probably made some more sense. Nonetheless, we'll have all our cameras on really quickly. Just find a better place to be in, better spot, good internet, a decent background, and let's have our cameras on really quickly. I just see two people. Shubh, you have a question? All right. Really quickly. I see four people now. All right. 5 people out of 125. 225. 230 now. Perfect. Really good number. I'm assuming a lot of people, the multiple classes who have combined together and are attending the session together. Can I have all the cameras on really quickly? I see a lot of you sitting in the canteen, I believe. Really quickly. Yeah, this makes more sense. All cameras, quickly. Closing into 230 students now. Number बढ़ रहा है, cameras कम हो रहे हैं. जल्दी से. And this is one rule that I follow everywhere. It's not because I had a fantasy of turning cameras on in gyms Kalkaji, not at all. It's something that I follow as a matter of policy in all my classes, in all my lectures, and I've given a lot of them. Can I have all the cameras on really quickly. 3 cameras, 4 cameras on. Where is everybody? This will not be a podcast. I will not consider this to be a podcast. Wasted already 5 minutes. Really quickly, everybody. Really quickly. All right, Chirag, you are finally visible. All right. There are going to be 2 rules that I'll be following in my lecture. I will not be taking too much time because beyond a certain time limit, diminishing marginal utility kicks in, and that is the more I talk, the less you understand. So I don't want that to happen. But what I will be talking about is going to be how social media is something that you should be worrying about, how social media is something that you should be gaining the most out of, why social media is the future and it's here to stay. Having said that, social media is going to play a very important role if you want to start your own organization, if you want to work in an organization, or even if you want to freelance. So you could be your own boss, you could have your own company, or you could be working with somebody for somebody. As far as social media is concerned, I have my own organization, and I have my own page as well on Instagram. I don't know how many of you are aware of that as well, but I use my Instagram page primarily to draw in the entire marketing for my company, for my brand. And this is something called personal branding. The impact that purely an Instagram page, which I have for myself, has created on my organization, on my entity, is tremendous. And I am saying this out of personal experience. I am saying this with 0 rupees spent. I will be running ads now to reach a larger audience for other purposes, because I have other goals and ideas about it. But to start with, social media marketing is free marketing if you can do it the right way. Now, this could be for your own company, this could be for your family owned business, this could be for an organization that you're working with. it is here to stay. There is a lot of money involved. There is a lot of growth opportunity. And most importantly, it's a skill that you need to excel in. So let's talk about social media. Primarily, there are a few social media platforms that we look at, that we consider. Instagram being one of the most used, the most popular ones out there. Everybody's on Instagram. 230 people over here. In fact, a lot of faculty members are also on Instagram. Everybody's on Instagram. You have Instagram. We have Facebook. We have Snapchat coming in. Even Snapchat has started paying creators to make 15-second videos on Snapchat Spotlight. All right. We have Twitter and we have LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is, you don't consider LinkedIn to be a social media platform because it's more of a professional networking platform. However, it can draw a lot of traction, a lot of business to your organization and to your product or service, whatever you have. Now, you are in your third year, you could be in your second year, you could be in your first year right now. But there is one thing that I need to get straight in your heads, and that is that social media marketing is here to stay. At least in the next 2 to 3 years, it is there is a lot of potential. There is a lot of money involved. If you can figure out how to grow company's brand, a simple Instagram page or link it to a website, you can actually make a lot of money as individuals. I'm not talking about just the brand. I'm talking about as individuals. You can be hired by companies who are looking for good people who have good skills of social media marketing, who know how to design, who know how to bring people on the platform and then convert them into leads, into customers. These are people being paid the most. This is something that you will not be taught inside the classroom. This is not something that you will be taught through a textbook or through a YouTube video. This is something that you need to learn over a period of time. There are courses, there are skills, and most importantly, practical experience of interning and working in organizations. Now, this could be for yourself. Ultimately, you might be wanting to open your own organization. You might want to start your own family business. You might want to take your family business to a new level, or you could be looking at even higher education, because today people are doing research in social media marketing. People are understanding social media psychology, and you have a lot of potential of creating careers, getting hired by renowned organizations for social media marketing. So if the title of today's lecture, the impact of social media in growing businesses, does it exist? It does, and it does to quite a great extent. And I'm saying this out of personal experience, because not only do I make content on social media, not only do I use social media for marketing, but I also have my own business. So I am saying this out of personal experience, and I have a good network as well. And everybody has benefited from social media. The way you have created content on Instagram, the way you have promoted your courses, the way you have promoted your products and services. If this is something that people can do, then certainly you can do that as well. I still have people joining in, not a lot of cameras on. I just see 4, 5 people, 6 people out of 100, 240 students now. I would really, for those of you who are joining in now, I would really want all your cameras to be on as soon as possible, irrespective of where you are. Just find a corner, just turn your camera on, and let's talk. I will also be opening the floor to a lot of questions. You are free to raise your hand. There is a reaction icon over here. Some like this, there's an option of raising your hands. Please raise your hands. Ask me questions wherever, whatever you want to ask. Something personal, something to do with internships, something to do with job opportunities, something to do with courses, upskilling, could be something to do with your family run business, could be something to do with an organization that you want to work for. If there's anything at all, feel free to ask me questions, because I'm here to answer them. I'm not here for a one-way process of communication. Let's talk. If there's anybody here who wants to ask me any questions pertaining to social media marketing, growing in the field of social media, understanding what social media has in store for you, feel free to raise your hands and ask me. Mayank has a question. Mayank, go for it.
So I basically tend to go for a offline medium, or go for a one-on-one conversation for selling a product. Or I did my internship in marketing and in Hitachi and Ahuja Residency. So I basically focus on one-on-one sales. But I don't have the skill set of a digital marketing person who is pursuing his career in digital marketing. So what can I do?
Perfect. Good question, man. So there are a couple of things that you'll have to keep and be aware of. Point number one is what kind of product are you selling? Most of the services today are sold online or are marketed through online services. But most of the products today still follow the old process of one-on-one interaction. All right. In my opinion, if you could just also help me understand Hitachi you're talking about, and you're talking about Oja builders.
No,
What
Hitachi Microsystems. So this basically they deal in softwares for Hitachi, and with nucleus or for example, or such accounting firms or banking
So
firms,
it's
something
B2B.
like
So
that.
it's B2B. It's
B2B, basically B2B. Yeah.
B2B. All right. In that case, so I'll tell you how this works. So Mayank, if you could really quickly tell me. So supposing you were sitting in an office, you were interning there, you have a team of B2B, or let's say business development, or whatever department you would want to call it, sales, B2B sales, whatever you want to call it. You would be sitting there, you will be getting a contact number or the address of some place of a potential client, and you would set up a meeting and you would go there, you would pitch the product. Product in this sense would be a SaaS product, probably could be a software that you're selling as a service. So SaaS, the word SaaS, SaaS, software as a service. It could be a SaaS product, it could be a physical product. You would go there, you would set up a meeting with the concerned person, you would pitch it to them, and then you would close the sale. Is that what you would usually follow?
Surely, yes, indeed.
All right. Now, having said that, there are a couple of things that can be done over here. Now, Hitachi is a well-known organization. The reason why they would first generate a lead and give it to you could be done through social media. You might not be converting those leads through social media or through digital marketing techniques, but the fact that they're getting a lead and getting somebody's address or contact number, or even understanding that there is a requirement and that could be a potential client, could be purely done through social media. So there could be a background to your sales execution process, which could be done through digital marketing or through social media marketing, which I'm not aware of because we don't know how is it that they're actually generating those leads. Having said that, when you do a B2B product, or you sell now, for example, everything was under a lockdown. Mike, I would really appreciate if you're turning your camera on. This is a very important point, and I really like this question upfront. Since it is now during the lockdown period, would you say that Hitachi did not sell anything at all because there was no client interaction? Mayank? I think we lost Mayank there. So if Hitachi was not selling anything online during the lockdown period, or was not selling anything at all, businesses would shut down. But that's not the case. So things then shifted to an online system where that interaction was happening through probably a Zoom call, probably through a Google Meet call. There was a background check of everything being done. Now, the fact of the matter over here is that social media may or may not be used in a particular business model, but will have a very important role somewhere down the line. I'll give an example. Supposing Hitachi is coming up with a B2B product. Supposing Hitachi is coming up with a B2B product, all right? And yeah, supposing Hitachi is coming up with a B2B product. Now, in order to generate those leads, Hitachi can run an ad. That ad can be shown specifically targeted to B2B brands in a particular niche. Supposing it's a product for microchip processors, which are being used by, let's say, phone manufacturers or even TV manufacturers. There could be small electronic items which could be made using those chip processors, and those ads through LinkedIn. Now over here, the model changes from Instagram to LinkedIn. Now, social media is not just Instagram and Facebook. It has a lot of other platforms as well. So now it shifts to LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn, when you run an ad or when you start connecting with people, you then specifically target those people in that target company at a particular role who has that decision-making power of buying your SaaS product or your product, whatever product it is. You then drop them a message, you then buy LinkedIn Premium, or you connect them with a note, you drop them a message, you get over a phone call. But at the same time, your background, which means your LinkedIn profile also needs to be in place. So if your LinkedIn profile is a strong profile, you're pitching it in the right way, you are still using social media for that. You're still using LinkedIn to portray your product, to get that first call, and then convert that through your skill set. So does social media play an important role over there? Certainly it does. Chirag has a question. Yeah, Chirag, go for it.
Yeah, so you mentioned that digital marketing can be, taken as one of the sales process. Don't you think that sort of ruins the essence of digital marketing?
You'll have to repeat your question, Chirag. Your voice was breaking in the middle.
Sir, so since you mentioned that digital marketing can be considered as an extension of the sales process,
As a what? As an extension of the sales process.
extension of the sales process.
Of the
Yes,
sales
sir.
process. Yeah, go for it. Continue.
Yes, sir. Like, so don't you think that that ruins the the essence of digital marketing, considering that it is used for purely marketing purposes?
No, Chirag, you'll have to repeat your question. I'm really losing you out in the middle. Could you just type it out in the chat box, perhaps? Maybe that would be a better way of probably communicating. Yashraj had a question. Yashraj. Yashraj, do you have a question?
Yes, sir.
Go for it.
So as I worked with a social media like digital marketing platform as an intern, so I learned that the most of the small businesses are still hesitating to run their ads or even considering the social media to as a main marketing platform. What's your opinion to encourage the small businessmen or owners to have them run the business on social media? As I worked there for 2 months, I struggled to get to know the reasons for that.
What kind of company was it, Yash?
Like it's just a small social, like digital marketing agency.
Okay, it's a digital marketing agency who failed to use social media
No,
to.
no, actually, I failed to get the clients. Like I pursue
Okay,
them very hardly, but still, like many businessmen, hesitates to run their business online or even considering the social media as a main marketing source.
okay. So, what kind of companies were you talking to? Let's talk about that.
Like
Who was
I
your
pick,
target audience?
actually, I pick a niche first for a week. Like I mostly consider like pet friendly products.
What,
Like
what, what, what? Pet friendly.
yeah,
Okay.
so I go through all the details for the manufacturers also and the sellers also. I contact them through via call and told them this would help them increase their businesses. We provide all kind of services to till your product will sell sold to the online market also.
Okay. Okay.
So, but
Okay.
still, some of these are all mostly all of them hesitates to further contact or further start to start contacting us, like start the conversation about the media and all.
Fair enough. I understood your question. So just to repeat what Yashraj has asked me, it's a good question. He's been talking to through an internship. He was talking to pet-friendly shops who probably have services or products which are related to the pet sector. And so while he was talking to these people, they failed to understand the importance of how social media could grow their businesses, and he was not able to convince them at all. Now there could be certain factors over here, Yash. We will have to understand what that primary factor was. It could be the charges, the costing that you're probably incurring. It could be too high. And for somebody to start off, because I still haven't paid any money to get my business online, putting in so much of money suddenly and expecting a return might be skeptical. So I might be hesitant towards that. So the cost factor could be there. The fact that you are just using social media or an Instagram page and promising too much. So it could be over promising as well, because not just one social media platform does everything for you. You need to have a website, you need to have an e-commerce uh, platform attached to it, you need to have good graphics, you need to have from sales to marketing to even running ads for that matter. So a lot of things do go into that. So I'm not too sure about how you were pitching and what your services had in store for the company, for the brand, or for the customer. But it could be a half-hearted approach where there could be certain things which are important, which might be left out in the service package that you are probably offering. So, Yash, if you could just really quickly tell me, what were the services that you were offering? Because today, social media and Instagram page will not help you. You will need an e-commerce platform. You will need a small little website as well, which would be then linked to your social media platforms. You need to be there on LinkedIn. You need to have a Google business account. You need to have a good search engine. You need to SEO needs to be kept into picture. Your Facebook has to be kept into picture. There is WhatsApp business accounts that are prevalent today. So all these things play a very important role. Were all of these things covered?
Yes, sir. Actually, most of them are covered in that when I'm pitching. Like we are providing the best website platform. We are providing the social media as Instagram, Facebook, and provide other like Google Ads also.
Okay. Were you also able to
This
tell
kind of
them
thing we
and
are providing as
were you also able to tell them an estimated ROI, which is return on investment, that hey, if you put in 50,000 rupees in the next 2 months, this is the amount of revenue that we can generate through online. Were you able to also tell them that?
So, at somewhat, like not all of them, like most of them disconnect at a certain point that I can't pitch in all the things. Like
Okay,
at that point.
No, you will have to. You will have to, right? Because I'm a layman and you're approaching me for the first time. How do I know whether you'll be able to deliver it or not? And if you can, promise, if not promise, but give me an estimate that, if you put in 30,000 rupees a month or 50,000 rupees a month, this is what we can generate for you. That would be a better way of pitching your sale.
So actually, I told them that I'm giving this kind of services first, and then I told them that this kind of thing helps you grow to business. This is the minimum amount you will be putting in for your project, and you will get this kind of ROI after that.
Which
But
was how
still,
much? What was the ROI like?
like ROI is about 20,000 for a couple of months, because at that time when I started at that company as intern, they started the minimum package around 15,000 to 50,000. So I started with the lowest package for 15,000. So when I after like they told me to call back for the further discussion. When I called back, they hesitate for the further details. So for the couple of months when I did the internship, I got only like 5 to 6 clients out of all. Like I did about 600 calls.
About 600 clients, is that what you said?
Yeah, actually, I picked from the Amazon, all the Facebook ads and all the things. I collect the data. I personally collect the data for that purpose. But I
Okay.
didn't get the like much more retention from that.
All right, fair enough. Now, if let's say the product and the service that you're offering is on point, then there could be two other factors that see, social media marketing is not a jadoo ki chadi ki aapne chalaya aur wo ho gaya. There could be the sales approach, which means you talking to them physically or over a phone call, which might be faulty. The pitch that you're giving, the scripting, the processes, the way you're answering somebody's question, if they are not getting convinced by your sales technique, they will not take it, even if it's a golden opportunity for them. अगर आप सोने को भी बेचने जाओ और उसको अच्छे से ना बेच पाओ तो वो सोना भी नहीं बिकेगा. So eventually you will have to also pitch it in a certain way that the other person is able to understand the importance. So somewhere soft skills could have played an important role. Probably the company's branding could have played an important role. Probably the way you or the pitch deck that you had, you could probably have a brochure or a template or a PowerPoint presentation or the website. There could be something which did not give me that sense of satisfaction or that sense of security that if I put in money over here, they will get me the return, because that sense of security also plays an important role. So that could be faulty.
So
since it wasn't yeah, go for it.
So there's a last question actually I want to ask. Like
Yeah.
after doing this internship, I started my own page as a niche page, not as a professionally
your own
influencer.
page, Instagram page.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
above 10,000 followers on that
Very
niche
good.
page.
What's the name of the page?
It's the Legend Dancer, but actually the thing is I didn't get the ads or anything to get revenue from that page. I just started posting the content from here and there, and till the time I got there, I got 60,000 followers.
Wow, Legend Dancer. What is the name of the page? Yeah, sorry. What is the name of the page?
The legend dancer. Actually, at the certain point I have to sell that page because actually it's not available over there. Somehow the buyer deleted the page.
How much did you sell your page for?
25K, 24,000.
Why would somebody buy the page and then delete the page?
I don't know that, sir. Actually, I did that. I started
Okay,
when the
anyway,
COVID started.
but what's your question? What's your question?
So, if I want to start these kind of thing again, is there any way to earn from these kind of pages? Because I apply for, like, I went through many websites for the ads to run on my pages, that I have this much of retention from the followers and all kind of things, but still the ads I'm getting is like no one, or ads which are not relevant to the pages.
So, okay,
Uh,
I have a question.
yes,
What kind of content are you posting? Dance
like
videos,
dance video and fitness.
and fitness. And what kind of posts are you posting? Are you posting Instagram Reels or are you posting a normal picture or a normal video?
Both reels, videos, posts, normal posts,
So,
stories.
do you have a new page right now, or are you assuming that
No,
you will be coming up with a new page?
I have right now with the same name, but I am not interacting so much because of my work here as I'm third year.
So, to answer your question, can you generate revenue? Can you generate revenue? Definitely, you can. You definitely can, even if it's a niche. Sometimes what happens is people even pay random pages to promote a product or promote their services or promote their page or their website or whatever it is. Why? Because you have a good following and a lot of retention, a lot of engagement. Engagement is the word. So if you're able to build a page like that, you will definitely be approached by people automatically.
Yeah, so
Because
actually, I know the basic algorithm to grow the page. If I invest in my latest page, in couple of months, I can reach 2,000 to
so
5,000 in a month.
let it be organic. Make posts.
No, actually, I don't follow back to follow. I don't do these kind
No,
of
no, no, which
things.
is fine. Allow me to complete.
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
telling
sir.
you to
Sorry, sir.
make Instagram Reels because it has a good. Today, everybody is putting in a lot of money in Instagram Reels. All right, मैं भी अभी करने वाला हूँ. Even I'll be running ads for a different product. I will be putting in a lot of money on Instagram Reels. All right, तो ये चीज इस बात का ध्यान रखना कि आप इसमें Instagram Reels से फोकस करो. पहले 10, 15, 20,000 फॉलोअर्स लेकर आओ, 4, 5 एक महीना लगाओ इसके अंदर, and then begin to then scale it up, post regular content, and people will automatically approach you. Influencer marketing agencies will approach you without fail. In fact, while we speak, I just got an email which says urgent paid collaboration opportunity, and we need to literally, I'm not even joking. While we
Oh,
were talking,
sir. Why, sir?
so
Wow.
this will happen. This will happen, but it's going to take some bit of time.
Okay,
All the
sir.
best, Yash. All the best, Yash. All the best. All the
Thank you
best.
so much, sir.
All right. Chirag Taneja. Chirag, just allow me a minute. There are a couple of questions in the chat box. I would just want to address them. Please don't direct these questions directly to me. Let it be available to everybody. Can a niche? अच्छा ये तो यश का ही question था. I have a question from Chirag Gupta. So some businesses still prefer traditional ways of marketing. How can we enable them to adopt better and more modern methods? Completely depends on what kind of product you're talking about. Completely depends on what kinds of services you're talking about. I'll give an example. How many of you have watched Shark Tank India? A lot of people would have watched Shark Tank India, right? It's been one of the most popular TV shows in the last two odd months. Now, what Shark Tank India, if you observe it very carefully, about 196 pitches were there. Not everybody had a strong Instagram profile or a social media presence. Very basic. I'm talking about 200 followers, 300 followers. Random pages, but big companies who are doing really, really good and are taking funding, are raising funding from Shark Tank India on a national platform. Did they have 1 million followers? No, they did not. They just had 200, 300, 400 followers. So there could be a product which is doing good otherwise, which could be available elsewhere, but social media will definitely give it the boost. Does not mean that everything has to be driven by social media. It plays an important role, but it is not the only factor. It plays a very important role nonetheless, but it is not the only factor. जैसे गाड़ी होती है, गाड़ी में इंजन होता है, गाड़ी का वेट भी होता है, टायर का साइज भी होता है, और उसके अंदर लोग कितने बैठे हैं. All of these things matter when it comes to the speed of the car. The engine has to be powerful, but then the body also has to be light enough. The tires have to be well inflated. But if there are more people sitting inside the vehicle, then obviously the speed will slow down. So all of these factors go hand in hand. Social media will give that additional boost. What is the basic work that a social media expert has to do? Because in most of the internships and companies, they're asking either to write reviews or log in, etc. That is not social media marketing. All right, this is not social media expert. This is not a social media expert. An internship where they're asking you to bring in sales and hire more people and get more followers is not social media. Do not do that. Just do not do that. That is fraud. Fraud है. Upfront बोल रहा हूँ, मुंह पे बोल रहा हूँ, ये fraud है. कोई social media expert अपने network से followers नहीं बढ़ाता. That is not social media marketing. What social media marketing has in store for you is creating brand image through different aspects of Instagram. For example, hashtags is an Instagram format. You have Instagram Reels, so preparing content, shooting the videos, and posting it in a certain way. Running Instagram ads is also social media marketing. There is branding. So how do you engage with your audience through Instagram stories, through regular posting, through understanding what your audience wants, and then preparing content accordingly, doing collaborations, doing Instagram lives. There are so many aspects to social media marketing. That is what social media marketing is. So try to find an organization which is going to help you with this. So for a startup, is organic marketing better or paid marketing? Both go hand in hand. There's nothing wrong in doing paid marketing, in running advertisements. You will get the reach. Ultimately, Instagram, Facebook is an advertising platform, nothing else. They make money when you put in revenue. When you put in money to advertise your product. There is nothing wrong in doing organic marketing or paid marketing, both together or doing one at a time. Nothing wrong in it. Chirag had a question. Chirag. Chirag Taneja. If there's anybody else who wants to ask me a question, please raise your hands. Not an issue.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Chirag.
Sir, actually, I was asking that you mentioned 4 to 5 social media platforms. So
Yeah.
can we make the same post, or can we make the same same content so for the every different platform? Can we
Yeah,
post the same?
of course, a lot of people do that.
But
एक
there
ही-
is something. But there is something like when we post on Instagram, there is only 30 hashtags allowed. But when we post it on Twitter, there is 240 characters allowed. So how that we do that?
No, of course, you will have to maintain the limited. So you can post a picture on Twitter in that case. Supposing you made a post, उसी का picture लगा के आप Twitter पे डाल दोगे तो इतने सारे characters fit हो जाएंगे ना.
Okay, but how can we schedule the post for every platform at a same time? Like if we are posting in a day for 3 to 4 times, then how can we do that?
Where are you posting 3 to 4 times?
So like I'm posting right now on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.
What kind
The
of
4
content
platforms.
is this?
So I'm working as an intern in a digital marketing agency. So I'm making content for them, and I'm making memes and different products, like different content, like we are hiring and we are providing different services. So that's all.
What's the name of the company again, or of the Instagram page?
Social Whiskey. It's just my friend and I started but we are still growing. We are just made the page.
Social Whiskey.
Whiskey, WIZKEY.
W
We just
H
started it.
I.
WIZKEY.
Acha, WIZK Whiskey.
KEY.
Okay. Social Whiskey. Got it.
We just started it.
Understood. Okay, so if you have just started it, my personal recommendation. Okay, so you're doing graphic designing, digital marketing, social media management, everything. पहली बात तो
Yes.
अच्छा, which are your designs? Which are the designs that you have made?
I have made all the posts.
ये Happy Republic Day वाला आपने बनाया?
Yes, sir.
And what are the tools that you use? Which softwares do you use?
Basically, I use most of the time I use Canva, and for the illustrations I use different websites.
Okay, you're not using Illustrator or Photoshop or InDesign.
No, I am not using Photoshop, but I am taking design and I am using Canva Pro.
see Canva बहुत limited एक time तक रहेगा आपके साथ. You will have to understand that if you're offering graphic designing services, the
We
first
have
thing
the
that is
So we have the different person who is graphic like who is working as a graphic designer in a company, and he is been with us. And if like client ask us to be more graphic designer, refer them.
okay. सबसे पहले तो आप मेरे से बात करो because I am looking for a graphic designer. ठीक
Okay.
है, सबसे पहले तो आप मेरे से बात करो. मैंने आपको फॉलो कर दिया है सोशल विजसी पे,
Okay.
मैंने आपको हाई भी लिख दिया है. एक बार ही हम बात करते हैं, राइट, आफ्टर दिस कॉल. सेकेंडली, देयर इज वन थिंग रॉन्ग दैट यू आर डूइंग एंड दैट इज यू आर पोस्टिंग टू मेनी टाइम्स इन वन डे,
Okay.
राइट. एक दिन में आप 3 बारी भी कर रहे हो और एक हफ्ते में सिर्फ 4 बारी कर रहे हो, मतलब सिर्फ 2 दिन में पोस्ट कर रहे हो. जब पोस्ट कर रहे हो तो एक ही बारी में 3 कर रहे हो. ये भी नहीं करना. कंसिस्टेंसी, दिस इज नॉट कंसिस्टेंसी. द वर्ड कंसिस्टेंसी इज गोइंग टू प्ले अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल ओवर हियर. सो यू हैव टू ईदर पोस्ट रेगुलरली, और
Okay.
अगर आपसे एक बारी में ज्यादा नहीं हो पा रहा है तो फिर उसको ब्रेक डाउन कर लो. पोस्ट वंस अ डे, बट फोकस राइट नाउ ऑन इंस्टाग्राम रील्स.
Sir, that's the issue now. If we are focusing on Instagram reel, then like posting on different platforms is becoming difficult. If we
No.
are posting,
You
if
will
we are
have to
posting
plan the
2
content.
times,
See, you are a digital marketing agency. You are calling yourself social media management,
manager.
right? And you were not able to manage your own posting. आप दूसरी कैसे करोगे? तो सबसे पहले तो मैं यही देखूंगा ना कि आप कर पा रहे हो, खुद की मैनेज कर पा रहे हो, तो बात है. आप मेरा ही नहीं मैनेज कर पाओगे फिर ऐसे तो. My first
I'm
point.
just learning right now, sir.
No, I understand. See, understand this thing. The first reel that you posted, you don't even have 70 followers, but it got a reach of 3,000 views.
Right.
Right? That's कितने टाइम है वो? 300 गुना, 400 गुना.
Yes. I have the impression of 3,000 times like on my account, and that's
ठीक है ना? So this is a very good number. 300 times पर आपके पास वो है. दूसरी वीडियो है 250 व्यूज हैं, 1700 व्यूज हैं, लेकिन किसी को 19 व्यूज ही मिली हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि आप बहुत फ्रीक्वेंटली पोस्ट कर रहे हो. मैं वही देख रहा था, आपने एक पोस्ट किया, फिर एक और पोस्ट कर दिया, उससे पहले भी एक रील डाली थी. So that consistency has to be there. So be a little more consistent with your posting.
Okay.
Post once a day to
Okay.
start with. पहले decent following हो जानी चाहिए. Instagram stories आप डालनी चाहिए. Instagram stories आपको डालना पड़ेगा.
Okay.
So instead of focusing, see, you are calling yourself digital marketing agency, but the first thing that somebody will see is your Instagram page. आप किस किस्म का काम कर रहे हो? So that is going to be judged first. So first understand this. पहले आप थोड़ा सा इसको grow करो. 400, 500, 1000, 2000, 10,000 तक लेके जाने की कोशिश करो. And then automatically you can then start with the higher post.
Okay.
ठीक है ना? आपसे तो मैं फिर भी बात करूंगा for graphic designing. I'm looking for a graphic designer. I might even look at somebody to manage my social media. हो सकता है आपसे मैं करवा लूं अगर आपको काम अच्छा लगता है. And this is an open offer to everybody over here, 209 people over here. If there's anybody here who's interested in graphic designing specifically, who uses Illustrator, Photoshop or InDesign, not Canva. Canva तो मैं भी यूज करता हूँ, but Canva नहीं चाहिए. Canva के अलावा अगर आप कोई अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म यूज करते हो या कोई सॉफ्टवेयर यूज करते हो, please reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to help you. Yes, Miss Ayushi.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Ayushi.
So, sir, I was actually previously interning at a digital marketing agency, and I was handling their. Actually, I was a digital marketing intern, and I was handling their social media handle as well. So, sir, I was responsible for the design, their whole management and everything.
Ayushi, you will have to
But
repeat.
I think
Ayushi,
I don't know
Ayushi,
where I went wrong.
Ayushi, there is a lot of echo.
Sure, am I audible?
Is there a lot of echo? Is she audible clearly? I don't think she is. Ayushi, थोड़ा सा आपको mic ठीक करना पड़ेगा. I think you're using some other mic.
Sir, am I audible now?
There's a lot of echo, but I'll try to make sense out of it. Go for it.
No worries, sir. Shall I write it in the chat?
Sorry? Yeah. Please. That would be good. That would be good. Thank you. There is somebody asking me, sir, what is your Instagram handle? All right, I will. I shall share it. If there's anybody else who wants to ask me a question, please raise your hand. I will allow you to unmute. All right, I have sent you my ID on the. Is it a clickable link? Is it a clickable link? Are you able to click it? No, you're not. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. All right, I think you'll be able to click on it now. Yes, it's accessible. Okay. No, I think ab ho jayega, yeah. I think this will be the HTTPS was not there. All right. There is another question for me in the chat box, sir. Apart from meme marketing and trend marketing like Zomato does, what are the other ways that brand can generate interest? So meme marketing is one thing, but even educational content, if you're able to post on it through Instagram Reels, there could be. So there is one thing that I do, and which is something that even I do. I do not do either trend marketing or meme marketing, but I provide valuable content, and that's something that runs throughout. So that trust and that belief that you build in your audience over a period of time allows you to convert those people in no time and very easily without even putting in zero money. What Zomato and other platforms have to do is they have to generate that level of interest, because you might not be using Zomato every day, but whenever Zomato is coming up with something, it wants to strike you every single time that, hey, we are there and we are funny. Now that may or may not bring in clients, that may or may not convert you from a Swiggy to Zomato, but next time when you think of buying food, you might consider Zomato. So the idea is to create branding and awareness, not to convert clients. So that is very different from very different from providing valuable content and converting people automatically. Previously, in turning at a digital marketing agency, I handled the social media account, and even after consistency, content and engagement, after consistency, content and engagement, I wasn't able to help with a lot of followers. All right, that's perfectly fine. That is absolutely perfectly fine, not an issue. Firstly, what kind of content were you posting? I would want to know your content strategy as well, because this is it's a half-hearted question that you've asked me. Or it's not an incomplete question that you've asked me. Not able to help with a lot of followers can have a lot of reasons behind it. One of the reasons could be that even if that page has even one bot follower, bot, B-O-T, one fake follower, the engagement will be killed. Instagram will kill the engagement. So you can try your level best, but it will not help the page. The second reason could be that you're posting too frequently. The third thing could be that people are not engaging with your content. Consistency is there, but it's not helping your audience. There could be another strategy, or there could be another reason, which is that you're not engaging through Instagram stories also. So somebody who's not engaging on your page and is still following you will not be shown your post over a period of time or regularly. वो following में है. Or I would want everybody to go into onto their Instagram page. You go into your following, and there is going to be an option over there which says least interacted with. And there's going to be a second option which says most shown in feed. So these are two options which I would want everybody to explore. You click on least interacted with, you are still following these pages, but you barely interact with their content. So if that is one of the reasons why your followers are not engaging, then you have nothing to be afraid of. Your content may not be lacking, but it could be the pure engagement rate of the page that is not allowing you to get more followers. But I would want to go through your content as well. So if you could also tell me, Ayushi, the name of the page that you're talking about. There is another question. How can we work around different? Am I audible to everybody? All right. There's another question. So how can we work around the different algorithms and get maximum reach for our content? Consistency. Consistency in time, consistency in the way you're shooting a video or posting content, the design thinking. somebody looking at your post for the first time should figure out that this is being done by you. Also, 160 people over here. Can I have all the cameras on really quickly? We'll be winding up in the next 2-3 minutes. I'll be answering just the last few set of questions. Can I have more questions coming in? If there's anything, you're free to raise your hand and drop me a message, or raise your hand. I will ask you to unmute yourself. Any questions at all? Any questions? So algorithm will work only if you're able to engage, if people are able to engage with your content, if people are watching your video for a longer period of time. You would have realized there are videos that even reach 10 million views, 5 million, 7 million, 8 million views, but are not converting followers. Why? Because this person will come onto your page, will see that your page has nothing. It's just a video, and will go back and start scrolling through Instagram reels again. So that means that your reach is there, but people are not converting. So that conversion is what you have to focus on, because eventually Instagram is, or any social media platform, is a computer. It's a software. It is being run and driven by artificial intelligence. It will learn that your product, or sorry, whatever video you're posting or whatever content you're posting is not being liked by, or is not converting people to your profile. So the next time where there is a viral content potential, it will still not, take you to, or will not push that video to a larger audience. So it's important to build a strong profile, have a good looking profile, a strong bio, so that when you get that reach and you're able to convert more people, that is when that multiplying factor kicks in. Otherwise, getting reach on one video is not that much of an issue, but converting people is going to be an issue. For example, we just saw that Instagram page right now, 60 followers, but 3,000 views, 3,200 views. But not a lot of people actually came onto that profile and started following that. So eventually Instagram might kill that algorithm, will learn that people are not engaging over a period of time. So you don't want that to happen. That is one of the algorithms that you will have to learn. Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Anything else? All right, then, Ms. Jasleen, over to you.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Daksh, for such a good session. I've learned a lot, which I can use in my classes as well. So, firstly, sorry for the delay. And actually, the physical classes have started, so all the students have reported now. So the echo and all was a part of
I
that.
can understand. Yeah, I can understand. Not an issue.
So
we could probably have another session offline, where we could actually have it inside the college, and I could actually, show it on my screen. I could share my screen, and I could actually show you how things are working and how things actually work.
So
nonetheless,
I hope,
yeah, not an issue.
Yeah, I hope you had an interactive session with the students, and we also look forward to having more sessions like this to gain more importance for and more information regarding the social media thing. And I think it's very essential these days. And yeah, businesses have been booming around social media these days. So I'm really glad that we could have a resource person like you. And we would look forward to many more such sessions with you.
Likewise, ma'am. Likewise.
Yeah. So over to you, Ayushi.
So honestly, I don't think we can thank you enough for sharing all your knowledge with us. But thank you so much for your precious time and knowledge. And as I guessed it earlier, indeed, it was an insightful afternoon with you. We hope you had a great experience as well, because we definitely had one. And all thanks to you, sir. And
Absolutely.
I would also like to thank Team Marcus for all the efforts they have put in organizing this webinar, and for inviting Daksh sir, of course, without whom all this wouldn't have been possible. And also thank you for joining in, everybody. You have been a great audience, and I think you enjoyed the questions as well, sir.
Absolutely. Some of them are really, really good, and I'm glad that a lot of you are actually doing things apart from the regular studies, and I would love to interact with you. Like I said, open offer. I will be hiring a lot of interns. I post a lot of content around new hirings coming across, a lot of internships being offered. So do give it a watch, give it a look, because it might eventually help you. And wherever, in terms of digital marketing, I keep hiring even for my own team. So if there's anybody here, apart from the ones that we spoke to, who would want to work, who would want to get an experience, reach out. Feel free to reach out. All right. Thank you, Ms. Jasleen. Thank you, everybody. I hope everybody has a great day.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you everybody for joining in.